Happy Wednesday, everyone. John Lorden here with a different video for this week. We don't have any big Searchlight or Brain Scratch updates, but I was looking through my news feed and I saw something interesting. You know, I'm a very big video gamer and I have a lot of publications I subscribe to, and I was seeing video game publications that were talking about a crime. What do I have in common with someone that has escaped from prison? Let's take a look into this together and learn about it, starting with the prison at wikipedia.org, HM Prison Spring Hill. HM Prison Spring Hill is a Category D men's prison located in the village of Grendon Underwood in Buckinghamshire, England. The prison is operated by Her Majesty's Prison Service. The building was constructed in 1872 as a family home. During the Second World War, the site was initially used as a base for MI6 and was then a training center for the Special Operations Executive. After the war, the site was converted by the Prison Service and became the first open prison in the United Kingdom in 1953. So basically, open prison is kind of like a lower security prison. People that are in this prison could actually get jobs and work off site and things like that. It's kind of made for at the end of a long prison term, so that they can get reacclimated for going back out into society. But here's an interesting aspect to how open this prison might be. In April 2003, burglars broke into Spring Hill Prison, stealing 650 pounds sterling from a safe and taking valuable personal effects, including mobile phones, from inmates' lockers. That sounds a little too open when your prison is actually being robbed. But what does that prison have to do with today's story? We jump over to bucksfreepress.co.uk. Police hunt for prisoner who escaped from HMP Spring Hill. And this is in December of 2020. It was actually late November that he escaped. This is a picture of Clint Butler, 36 years old. He escaped overnight. He's known to frequent the Shard End of Birmingham. PC Maureen Moore, based at Aylesbury Police Station, said, "We are appealing for the public's help in locating Butler. If you see him, please do not approach him, but call 999 instead." Obviously, they have some concerns that he might get violent. And I don't know if PC Maureen Moore has any psychic ability, but maybe she's just a very good profiler. She's spot on the nose, as we're going to learn here today. Continuing over at westmidlandspolice.uk, he'd been serving a 17-year extended sentence for crimes including robbery and firearms offenses, which was due to finish in 2024. So think about that for a moment. 17-year sentence. Guy makes it all the way to 2021. He's got probably about 3 more years to go. He's at this lower security prison, decides he's had enough. He's just going to make a break for it. He fled the prison at around midnight on the 28th of November last year and was issued as wanted by the Thames Valley Police. On the 13th of January this year, Birmingham City Center PCs, that's police constables, Mark Owen and Allison Brown saw Butler and a friend change direction when they spotted the officers. PC Owen asked Butler why he was in town during lockdown, and his friend replied, "I've come to get the new Call of Duty because I can't sit around in lockdown." What happens after that? Things get crazy kind of quick, and thankfully, these officers had body cam footage running, so we can check it out together here.
Hello, chaps. Can we have a quick chat? Why are we in town today? Why are we both in town today?
I want to get the new Call of Duty because I can't sit around in lockdown.
Where do you live?
I live in Stetchford.
Stetchford. Alright, it's not appropriate travel. Okay. I'm going to check your details because blatantly you both saw us walking up here and then you turned around and you've come walking round.
Yeah, the guy kicked PC Mark Owen right in the groin. And it seems like it takes him a couple moments to recover. I'm going to have a link to the full video in the description box down below so you can check it out for yourself. But other PC, Allison Brown, she knows how to handle the situation, man. She is all over these guys. She winds up calling for help at the same time that she's handling it thankfully he slipped off of that kick. So she has a chance to really kind of keep him on the ground very, very quickly. She does a great job in terms of doing that. The police work here is just, it's so good. There's someone that they notice something was wrong. They're approaching these guys. The guys try to head away from them. And it's interesting because in several of the stories here, they're saying that it was actually the friend that made the comment that they came out to get the new Call of Duty. What I'm curious about is, one, is that even true? Two, considering the lockdown orders, all he would have had to have said is, we had to go out, we're going for groceries or something like that. I mean, you can still go out and get necessities. So I think it didn't really help. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Call of Duty. I play the new Cold War every weekend. But seems like things just went really bad here. And you can see the real trigger is when they say, you know, we're going to check your credentials. Cause basically at that point, I think he knows he's screwed. So he tries to make a run for it. But thankfully we've got 2 constables on the job that know how to do this, know how to handle this. And you can see that happen very, very quickly here. Let's continue at westmidlandspolice.uk. The officers used incapacitant spray before Butler finally gave up and was handcuffed as security guards came to help the officers. Another good thing that they had some more help on the way there. He initially gave a false name and admitted to having cannabis on him, but we quickly established his real identity and he's now back behind bars. He was jailed for 13 months for getting out of prison, 6 more months for assaulting the officers. I believe those sentences are going to be tacked on to the end of the one that he already had. So he was supposed to be getting out in 2024. He's now pushed that back to likely 2026. Superintendent Nick Rowe said, "This was great work by our officers, acting on instinct that there was something not quite right and then challenging the men. It also shows the power of body-worn video, with the officers turning their cameras on before they started speaking to the men. It meant the whole episode was clearly caught on camera and there was no doubt about what happened." There is this moment, if you watch the full video, and I think they make a very good point about this. I think someone else, I don't know if it was a passerby, but I can hear someone else's voice saying, like, "Wait, what are you guys doing?" I think for many of us, there is now an assumption if we see some kind of scuffle and you see someone winning that scuffle, you're kind of wondering, how did they get the upper hand on this person? And when you're seeing that that's an officer, there's many people that are thinking, hey, something wrong is going on here. And, you know, this officer might not be in the right. Having these body cams like this, and you can see, I think they're showing you the whole clip, because at the start of this clip, it looks like there's a hand coming off of, I believe it's from Allison's chest as she's turning on the camera. And there's a moment where there's video footage, but the sound hasn't kicked on quite yet. But it really makes a good point. They have this whole thing from start to finish. You can see for yourself what happens. There's no question about what happened in this interaction. This guy clearly tried to harm this officer so he could get away, and I'm thankful he didn't. Back to another part of the comment from Nick Rowe. Quite why he decided to risk being returned to prison by making the idiotic decision to come into town during lockdown with a friend to buy a video game will remain a bit of a mystery. And to that, all I can say is, Superintendent Nick Rowe, have you played Call of Duty Cold War? It's really good. But admittedly, I think on most gaming systems, you could download it from home now. I really don't know why they went out. But like I said, I'm not really buying that was the reason for them being out and about. And on top of that, the guy was carrying some marijuana on him as well. Just a lot of bad things going on with this situation, but a situation that found a guy that escaped from prison, put him back in there, and now he's going to be staying even longer. So just wanted to share that with you guys. A nice little example of some good police work. And, you know, I can't help it. I want to talk about Call of Duty every now and then. So back to the old Geek Corner days that we used to have here on the channel. Hope you guys appreciated that. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I'm working very hard on the brain scratch for Friday. It's one of those cases, not a lot of publicly available information, but I'm reaching to every which direction I can to pull that case together. And we're going to bring you some insights into that case that I don't think you've seen anywhere else. So I hope you will check that out here on the Lord and Arts channel on Friday. I'll see you there.